What's going on, guys? I am the Walrus Jedi, and in today's video I will be kind of strolling down memory lane and looking back at some of the Star Wars toys that I had when I was a kid. So yeah, if you like this kind of video, then please consider liking and subscribing and hitting the notification bell for other just fun videos like this in the future. And yeah, so without further ado, let's just get to it. So, okay, so first up, I've got some what I believe were called Galactic Heroes. You know, they basically you know what they are by they're kind of squashy, and they look like they're perpetually squatting. And yeah, so I had several of these, but yeah, what you see here is not all of what I used to have, because unfortunately there were casualties over the years, and these are all that are left. Yeah, used to have Darth Vader, General Grievous, Darth Maul, Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan from The Phantom Menace, Jawa, Tusken Raider, an Endor Luke Skywalker, a Wicket, and there's probably others, but those are the ones that I could remember off the top of my head right now. But yeah, had lots of fun with these toys growing up, playing with them, just having fun playing with them, with my siblings. I'd even take some of these with me to school and would play with them on the bus ride to school, with my friends. And that's how a few of some of those figures were lost, because they got lost on the bus and they were never recovered. That's what happened to the Endor Luke, one of my favorites. But that happens. All sorts of fun stuff with the Galactic Heroes. Probably seen the one speeder bike that is chrome, and no, it didn't come that way. It was spray painted by a friend that I used to have. And I don't know why a chrome speeder bike was cool, but again, I was about like 5-6 years old, and I must have thought a chrome speeder bike sounded really awesome. And yeah, so that's why there's a chrome one of that. And yeah, and then yeah, there was one of those clone troopers, the green phase one. I believe that is the sergeant. He came with a Geonosian battle droid, so a battle droid that's got kind of an orangey red coloration to it. And an interesting story about that is when I got that pack, it was at Kmart, and I basically snuck it onto the conveyor belt, at the checkout, kind of hid it under some things, so my mom didn't know till we're sitting in the car looking at the receipt. And yeah, so that was an interesting little experiment, because apparently I really wanted that pack of figures. And I always thought the Mace Windu, he just looks like a little kid to me. Of course, they all kind of look like a little kid. They have that, especially the human characters. They look like a little kid, which I guess makes sense for, you're making toys for little kids. You're not going to make them look like grizzled, hardened adults. But yeah. And now some for the action figures. My favorite is the Obi-Wan in the the clone armor. I liked that figure growing up. I thought that was a cool figure. Just looks cool, Obi-Wan in some clone armor. Obviously, this is from the 2003 Clone Wars. That was a cool figure. And then I've got the a couple of clone troopers. Got I believe it is a 327th. I believe that's the battalion that's on Felucia with Aayla Secura. But I'm not 100% sure. And that's judging off of the clone's yellow markings. I'm pretty sure it's the 327th. But if you know in the comments, go right ahead and say. And then there's an ARC trooper from the 2003 Clone Wars that was pretty cool. And he's the one that had like the quad laser cannons that like would come over his chest. Unfortunately, the cannon has long since been lost or whatever. And obviously some of these figures are missing hands or things because these were played with. And and I've got like a scuba trooper, I guess you could call it, a scuba clone. And and then a very battered Boba Fett that I got for Christmas one year. So yeah, and as you can see by the yellowing of some of these characters, that you even played with them in the bath sometimes, which is interesting. But it's a long time ago. So yeah, obviously I had some other toys, but unfortunately I do not have them with me any longer. But used to have some lightsabers that we would even take to school and have lightsaber fights. And that was fun. But eventually, after some bloody noses and some whacked hands, eventually they got banned, so we couldn't take them to school any longer, which was a shame. But really, when you think about it, it was bound to happen at some point. Kids aren't the most careful, and you're sword fighting, so obviously you get a little rough with lightsabers and stuff like that. So yeah, well, I think that's about it in terms of toys that I can think of right now. It's kind of a shame that I don't have more, but that happens. You misplace, lose, they break and are beyond repair. Obviously, some of what I still have are obviously in the camp of they're kind of too far gone, but I'm not going to throw them away now. So yeah, well, you can let me know what you thought of this video in the comments, and if you want to share some of your Star Wars toys that you had as a kid, you can do that in the comment section as well. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. And until next time, thanks for watching.